Hello family history writers and welcome. My name's Lynn Palermo and I'm here from the Family History Writing Studio and I want to welcome you to this week's edition of Storylines. So we are 2 weeks into January and it's time to address the elephant in the room. How are we going to get these writing goals across the finish line? One thing I know for sure is that goals are great. I'm a big believer in them, but what I also know is that writing goals do not happen without a plan. So a big part of your writing goals needs to be developing a plan. And a big part of that plan needs to be a consistent writing habit. A habit that will allow you to get some stories across the finish line this year. This is big on my to-do list this year. I want to create a consistent writing habit. So I would share with you how I'm going to do just that. First, I'm setting some realistic goals. I am an overachiever. No question about it. I have a tendency to set very big goals for myself, and then I can be a little disappointed when I can't reach them. But I also tend to spend a lot of time attempting to reach them and then don't have balance in my life. So first and foremost, I'm going to set myself some realistic goals. And one of those goals is to complete a family history story. It's novel length, and I want to have this completed, written by the end of summer. That's as close of a deadline as I'm going to give myself, so that I'm hoping by September I can begin sending it out to be edited. Now, that's my realistic goal. Secondly, I need to create a consistent writing habit. So we can do that a number of ways. You can set yourself a daily word count if you want, or you can set aside so many hours each day to write. So maybe you want to write for 1 hour or 2 hours a day. You could also set some goals like you're going to write a chapter a week or a scene a day. You can build even more flexibility into it by saying, well, you're going to do 4 2-hour writing sessions a week. Okay, so that way you can move that around as your schedule dictates. So for me this year, I'm going to commit to 5 2-hour writing sessions a week. That's going to be my writing habit, and you can check in with me and hold me accountable to that. The other thing, make sure you've got a dedicated workspace. Now, you don't need to have a beautiful writing room or a cabin in the woods to be able to write. Honestly, you just need a chair. So maybe it's just dedicating a chair or a corner of the dining room table. But find a space you can make your own, a place where you can focus and be creative. Maybe you need to go out of the house to do that. Maybe you need to go to a cafe or to the library or to a park. I honestly have trouble focusing in a noisy cafe. So if I do go out of the house, and I have done from time to time, I generally go to the library where it's quiet. But I'm lucky enough to have a dedicated writing space. Now, another big component to this writing habit is going to be accountability. And that means having somebody check in with me on my writing progress. I have dedicated a person in my life who's going to be helping me with that. So they are going to be checking in with me on a regular basis, seeing how I am progressing. They are going to also be expecting to see my work, to be reading it. They won't necessarily be critiquing it. They might give me some feedback on it, but that's not what their role is, just to be able to see the pages finished and be able to read what I've written. But they're going to be my accountability partner, and so that's going to help keep me in check. So I encourage you to find your own accountability partner, somebody in your life who can check in with you every few days, see how you're making out. Maybe that's every few days, maybe it's once a week, maybe it's once a month. Now, the other thing that we can do in terms of accountability is to write together. And some of you might be familiar with the Family History Writing Challenge. I've been hosting the challenge for the past 11 years, and we will be doing so again this coming February. And during the month of February, we dedicate each and every day in February to writing our family history stories. But this year, we're going to change it up a little bit. Usually I send you a little email with a little bit of motivation and some education. But this year, it's going to be all about the writing. And we're going to come together and write together for 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday. We're going to live stream this over YouTube. So you'll be able to see me writing in my office, in my writing space. And you'll be able to join me. And we'll have a little chat room where we'll have some Q&A. So we're going to do 25-minute writing sprints with 5-minute Q&As in between those writing sprints. So we're going to sit down for 2 hours every day and do that, and that's going to be Monday through Friday. So I hope that that's really going to help us to make some inroads on our writing projects, but also to help us to establish this consistent writing habit that we are looking for. So I hope you're going to join me, set some realistic writing goals, and join me in focusing in on creating a consistent writing habit for 2022. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you back here next week for another episode of Storylines.